Greetings, guys and gals. Join me here at Success Over Stress, where the goal is to strengthen strategies that will defeat doubt, cure complacency, and strangle stress. I'm on the road to a healthier, happier, and stress-controlled life by taking control of my financial situation. With the right direction, so can you. What's up, everybody? It's Eric. I'm here. I'm back. It is August the 15th. I have not been here in a while, but got a good reason. Some of you may know. A lot of you don't know. Anyway, I officially retired, semi-retired. Stopped working. I don't know. I may be back to work, but I may not be back to work. My plan is to not return to work. So a lot of you know that I am invested. I invest in properties, rental properties, and a lot of you don't know how many I have, how much I have, my net worth, anything like that. But let's just say that things are well enough that my career, my professional career, the salary has been replace and or my expenses have been I'm able to completely cover my expenses, right? So at the end of the day, you know, who are you? What are you? What do you live for? Do you live to go on trips, buy stuff, live lavishly? Yeah, maybe. All right. Doing that, it's gonna require that you know, maybe make a lot more than I do. So right now I am comfortable with living life. Oh, I get all these notifications. Let's stop these. But yes, so another one. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I can do that. Okay. All right, so yeah. I don't like extra. I've never been a big fan of living life beyond your means or anything like that. So I've always been the one who's been frugal. So when it comes down to expenses and income, I feel like I've got that fairly under control, and there's a balance there. And you know, you allot for rainy day fund and a cushion and et cetera, then yeah, when your job becomes stressful enough that you can't continue to carry it out without losing a piece of yourself, then it's time to move on. And it's time to move on. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of good friends, co-workers who are still fighting the good fight. And man, I mean, some people like the drama. Some people like the excitement, the anxiety, the stress, the and there's good stress, bad stress, but for me, it was bad stress. So I'm just glad to be able to have moved on. So not saying that I have the solution for everybody to move on from their thing, but one of the things I want to talk to you today about very briefly, I'm going to try to keep a lot of these podcasts a little bit shorter so that I can maybe do more of them. But again, you know, now that I'm not working full time, I have more time to do the things that I want to do. The primary thing, some of you know, some of you don't, is I want to find the edge in the market, in the financial markets. Some of you say, "Oh no, you can't do that. That's impossible. You'll lose your shirt." Yeah, maybe, maybe not. And then there was probably 80% of the folks who I ran into with rental properties, 85% of the people, and a lot of them who had rental properties, you know, the wealthy folks, they said, no, you don't want to get into rental properties. You know, people tear your house up. You know, you got to evict people. And that was the worst advice that I've ever been given. So if you say, no, Eric, you can't do the markets, you don't know what you're doing, and da-da-da-da-da. I'll say, well, that's probably terrible advice too. And then, you know, who's giving me the advice? I hope that you are coming from a place of experience, true experience, when you say you can't do something. So, and if you don't come from a place of true experience, then I would suggest that people keep their opinions to themselves, right? And I think that's important in life in general. If you're going to be a support system to somebody, if you're going to encourage somebody, give them the advice that you are certain about. Give them the advice that comes from a place of experience, from a place of passion or compassion. But if it's an opinion, tell them, it's like, hey man, I really don't know, but starting a pig farm in the middle of Antarctica, probably not a good idea. I don't know, but do your due diligence. You make the decision, your life, right? Don't say, nah, man, that's not a good idea. I knew somebody who did it. Yeah, well, go talk to that somebody. Don't take your advice from them because they don't know. So, at any rate, creativity. Let's talk about creativity today. I just did a quick search on creativity, and so there was an article done, and it's published on the American Psychological Association website back in 2009. But it starts off talking about stress being a well-known creativity killer. This is by it's a quote, information coming from Robert Epstein, PhD. So keep in mind, high levels of stress can quell your creativity. But that makes sense, right? When you have high levels of stress, everything is discombobulated. You can't make heads or tails of your thoughts. Creativity killer. Creativity has to come from a place of clarity, right? And that's why when we talk about meditation and that kind of thing, clear your mind, have control of your thoughts, you're able to be a lot more focused, right? Creativity, boom, I like it, love it. All right, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I read it. You should read it. Like I said, go to the APA.org website. It's a 2009 article. And then also one of the highlights of the article was talking about sleep. So there was a study done. It was published in the Nature magazine, volume 427, number 6,972. And it was talking about how sleep actually has a direct impact. There's a correlation there with creativity. So there was a study done where there were a study done in Germany where there was a group of folks trying to solve a long, tedious problem, and there was an 8-hour break, and the ones who slept during the 8-hour break tended to solve the problem twice as quickly. They were twice as likely to figure out a simpler way of solving the problem than the ones who didn't sleep. So there again, sleeping is important for consolidation of thoughts, and some of this article suggests that during your dreams you're able to actually kind of work through some problems. That was the article of Harvard Medical School in 1993 by Deidre Barrett, PhD, where those students were able to solve a lot of their problems in their dreams. A problem that they kind of thought about or were working through at the very end of the night. So they were able to make sense of that. So that is very cool. All right, and then there was another one talking about spending time in nature. You always hear about this, whether it be with meditation or just stress relieving, spending time in a natural environment. So this article is one that was in 2002. It was published in the Creativity Research Journal, volume 14, number 3.4. And it was just kind of going over how folks who spent time in, and I quote, a direct sunlight and natural wood than in a space mainly finished with manufactured materials, right? So those folks, unquote. So those folks were able to exhibit a higher level of creativity. Okay. And then one last one, 2004 article published in the Creativity Research Journal, volume 16, number 2.3, showed that folks who had a better mood less sadness, we're able to, have better and make less mistakes, have better creative thoughts, think clearer, have less mistakes, and that sadness inhibits new ideas. So that is a lot of information, a lot of good information. So hopefully you take that, do something in nature, have happy thoughts, laugh. The happy thoughts, that helps with creativity and train of thought as well. The meditation, clearing your mind, right? Less stress. Anything that you can do to improve your creativity will give you better ideas for winning this journey. After all, we want to beat this thing. We want to beat the stress. We want to have success. And we want to get on to the next, to the happier parts of our lives. Okay. Well, that's all I have for today. This is Eric. I'm out. Peace.